Why is Congress threatening Ireland? Oh my goodness, guys. Let's dive in. All right, guys, welcome back to The Baseline. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, imagine this. You wake up, grab your coffee, and read the United States government. Your government wants to investigate Ireland. Yeah, not China, not Russia, not Israel, Ireland. So what did the Irish do? Send killer leprechauns to Washington? No, their crime was daring to block trade with Israel settlement goods. And suddenly Congress is like, send in Treasury. Make it make sense to me, guys. Gosh. So this isn't some internet rumor, by the way. 16 United States lawmakers actually wrote to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and said, check if Ireland belongs on America's boycott list. It's insane, guys. That's a real list, by the way, updated quarterly, where Treasury names countries engaged in unsanctioned boycotts. Usually it's the Middle East states linked to the Arab League boycott, but now they're talking about adding Ireland. Yes, the land of Guinness, Celtic music, and too many cousins named Sean, right? So here's the tea. Why is Washington threatening an ally over Israel when Ireland isn't even boycotting Israel wholesale? It's just settlement goods. How did an obscure tax code amendment from the 1970s suddenly become the hammer Congress swings on behalf of Israel? And what happens when U.S. companies in Dublin are caught between Irish law and American law? What are they going to do? Because basically, it's like divorced parents fighting over custody. We'll get there, guys. But first, let's take a breath. And let me ask you, have you guys ever noticed, right? Congress never gets this urgent about your rent or your grocery bill. Beef is hitting record highs in Texas. People are choosing between insulin and electricity. And lawmakers are like, quick, mobilize the Treasury. Dublin might not stock West Bank wine. It's insane, man. We're suffering here too in the United States. It's crazy. Now, the law that they're citing here, the letter leans on Section 999 of the Internal Revenue Code, the Ribicoff Amendment. It was created in the 1970s to stop U.S. companies from helping enforce foreign boycotts, especially the Arab League boycott of Israel. So it punishes U.S. persons who cooperate with these boycotts. It does not tell foreign countries what they can do, though. Now, Ireland passing a law, well, that's Ireland's business. But if a United States company complies with it, that's where Washington steps in. And that's why Apple or Pfizer in Dublin could suddenly be in some type of legal limbo. Now, what's Ireland's move here? And here's the nuance to it. Ireland isn't banning all Israeli goods. Their proposal focuses on goods and maybe services from Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories. Now, that's the West Bank, East Jerusalem territories, the UN considers illegally occupied. Symbolic? Yes. But in global diplomacy, symbols do matter. Now, the corporate bind here, right? So picture being a United States CEO in Dublin. Irish law says don't sell settlement goods. American law says don't participate in foreign boycotts. Either way, you're breaking somebody's law here. And it's like two married, it's like being married to two people who both find out at the same time you're not surviving that dinner. Now, Congress's priorities, meanwhile, let's talk about who's really fighting this, right? Like when Marjorie Taylor Greene introduces an amendment to strip $500 million in military aid for Israel from the defense bill, only 6 lawmakers backed her. Out of 435, only 6. That's not a debate, that's a rounding error. It shows how locked in Congress is on this issue. even if it puts allies like Ireland in the crosshairs. And here we are, allies versus allies. And the irony? Ireland is a US ally, not NATO, but neutral. And they've hosted US troop flights at Shannon Airport for decades. Irish soldiers have worn UN blue helmets in Lebanon and Mali. They don't fight American wars, but they've supported the infrastructure of them. Israel never sent a platoon to fight alongside US troops. Yet somehow Dublin gets the investigation threat while Tel Aviv gets the checkbook. Make this make sense for me, guys. Put a comment in the section below. I'm just stumped. And here's the anti-Semitism spike. And we have to zoom back stateside for Jeanine Pirro, the former Fox News firebrand, right? Jeanine Pirro, I think is how you pronounce it, and is now the U.S. Attorney for District of Columbia, the D.C. And she's out here saying she'll prosecute anti-Semitic hate crimes with a vengeance. The ADL reports a 360% spike in anti-Semitic incidents after October 7th. And that's real. That's ugly. And that's where definitions start to blur, because the IHRA working definition of anti-Semitism is often used. It does not say all criticism of Israel is anti-Semitism, though, but some institutions interpret it that way. So suddenly you could have people worrying that protesting Israeli government policy might be lumped into the same bucket as synagogue vandalism. And those two things are not the same. That is a dangerous, dangerous conflation. And this brings about the Epstein speculation. And yes, swirling in the background are conspiracy-fueled claims from ex-intelligence folks about Epstein blackmail, Trump and Netanyahu. And here's the clean truth. The Wall Street Journal published a 2003 birthday album, allegedly with Trump note to Epstein. Now, Trump denies it, calls it fake, and is suing. But beyond that, no hard evidence. So if you're connecting those dots, remember, you're in speculation territory right now. Probably legitimate speculation, but you're there, right? And the verifiable drama is already wild enough, so what can you do? Now, here's where it gets really wild, right? Congress is effectively telling American companies, choose between Dublin and DC. Like, you're free to trade, just not with the people Ireland tells you not to, and not with the people Washington tells you not to. But other than that, hey, you're free. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not sure that's freedom. That's like your GPS telling you to turn left, turn right, make a U-turn all at once, and then blaming you for the crash. It's hysterical to me. But you guys let me know what you think. That's obviously more important. So here's the bigger question. If Congress is willing to sic Treasury on Ireland, what happens when the next ally steps out of line? Canada, the UK, Australia? Because if even Ireland, the friend who brings potato salad to every party, gets threatened over Israel, then who's safe? You know? And wait until you hear what NATO's cooking up next, because this time it's not about beer, potatoes, or boycotts. It's about a defense strategy that could redraw the entire map. But that'll be another episode, and we'll dive into that as well. All right, guys, drop a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll look forward so much to seeing you on the next episode of The Baseline. All right, cheers, everybody.